Good morning, boys and girls. So, I am filming this video from my house today because the book that I wanted to share with you all today was at my house. So, I had to wait until I was home in order to make this video. So, the book that I'm going to be reading to you is called The Pain and the Great One by Judy Blume. And while I'm reading, I want you to be thinking in your brains, what point of view do these characters have for each other? And also, this is a good example of point of view too, because this story is from two different perspectives. So we're going to listen to one perspective. Somebody's going to be telling the story, and then it's going to switch, and a different person is going to be telling the story. So I want you to look for that switch, and we'll talk about it as we go. The Pain and the Great One. The Pain. My brother is a pain. He won't get out of bed in the morning. My mom has to carry him into the kitchen. He opens his eyes when he smells his cornflakes. He should get dressed himself. He's 6. He's in first grade. But he's so pokey, Daddy has to help him or he'd never be ready in time, and he'd miss the bus. He cries if I leave without him. Then Mom gets mad and yells at me, which is another reason why my brother is a pain. He's got to be first to show Mom his schoolwork. She says ooh and ah over all his pictures, which aren't great at all, just ordinary first grade stuff. At dinner, he picks at his food. He's not supposed to get dessert if he doesn't eat his meat, but he always gets it anyway. When he takes a bath, my brother the pain powders the whole bathroom and never gets his face clean. Daddy says he's learning to take care of himself. I say he's a slob. My brother the pain is 2 years younger than me, so how come he gets to stay up as late as I do? Which isn't really late enough for somebody in 3rd grade. Anyway, I asked Mom and Daddy about that. They said, you're right, you are older. You should stay up later. So they tucked the pain into bed. I couldn't wait for the fun to begin. I waited and waited and waited, but Daddy and Mom just sat there reading books. Finally, I shouted, I'm going to bed. We thought you wanted to stay up later, they said. I did, but without the pain, there's nothing to do. Remember that tomorrow, Mom said, and she smiled. But the next day, my brother was a pain again. When I got a phone call, he danced all around me, singing stupid songs at the top of his lungs. Why does he have to act that way? And why does he always want to be garbage man when I build a city out of blocks? Who needs him knocking down buildings with his dumb old trucks? And I would really like to know why the cat sleeps on the pain's bed instead of mine, especially since I am the one who feeds her. That is the meanest thing of all. I don't understand how Mom can say the pain is lovable. She's always kissing him and hugging him and doing disgusting things like that. And Daddy says the pain is just what they always wanted. Yuck. I think they love him better than me. All right, so the first part of our story was from the big sister's point of view. Now we're switching to the little brother's point of view, the great one. My sister thinks she's so great just because she's older, which makes Daddy and Mom think she's really smart. But I know the truth. My sister is a jerk. She thinks she's great just because she can play the piano, and you can tell the songs are real ones. But I like my songs better, even if nobody ever heard them before. My sister thinks she's so great just because she can work the can opener, which means she gets to feed the cat, which means the cat likes her better than me just because she feeds her. My sister thinks she's so great just because Aunt Diana lets her watch the baby and tells her how much the baby likes her. and all the time the baby is sleeping in my dresser drawer, which Mom has fixed up like a bed for when the baby comes to visit. And I'm not supposed to touch him, even if he's in my drawer and gets changed on my bed. My sister thinks she's so great just because she can remember phone numbers, and when she dials, she never gets the wrong person. And when she has friends over, they build whole cities out of blocks. I like to be garbage man. I zoom my trucks all around them. So what if I knock down some of their buildings? It's not fair that she always gets to use the blocks, I told Daddy and Mom. They said, you're right. Today you can use the blocks all by yourself. I'm going to build a whole city without you, I told the great one. Go ahead, she said. Go build a whole state without me. See if I care. So I did. I built a whole country all by myself. Only it's not the funniest thing to play blocks alone, because when I zoomed my trucks and knocked down buildings, nobody cared about me. Remember that tomorrow, Mom said, when I told her I was through playing blocks. But the next day we went swimming. I can't stand my sister when we go swimming. She thinks she's so great just because she can swim and dive and isn't afraid to put her face in the water. I'm scared to put mine in, so she calls me baby, which is why I have to spit water at her and pull her hair and even pinch her sometimes. And I don't think it's fair for Daddy and Mom to yell at me because none of it's my fault, but they yell anyway. Then Mom hugs my sister and messes with her hair and does other disgusting things like that. And Daddy says the great one is just what they always wanted. Yuck. I think they love her better than me. All right, do you think that's true? Right, that's the end of our story. And in your writing journal today, what I want you to tell me, the first thing that I want you to tell me is, what does the brother think of his sister? So what does the little brother think of his older sister? What is his point of view about his sister? The second thing I want you to tell me is, what does the sister think of the little brother? What is her point of view of her little brother? And then after you tell me that, I want you to tell me, what is one point of view that they both had in that story? So what did both the sister and the little brother think? Both of them thought one thing in common, and I want you to tell me what that was. So if you are virtual and you have your writing journal still at home, then you're going to write that on the next empty page. If you are in person and you left your journal at school, if you're in my homeroom, your journal is probably still in your desk. If you're in Miss Coleman's homeroom, it should probably still be in your backpack. But if you're in my homeroom and it's at school, you can just write it on a piece of paper, okay? You all did an awesome job on Friday. Writing your sentences and writing your journal. We talked about how you have to indent, leave a space at the beginning of your first sentence because that's the start of a new paragraph, and then bring it back over on the next line. But you all did a really good job writing neatly so that I could read it, and I was really, really impressed. So do that today for me too. You should have at least 3 sentences. If you want to write more and tell me if you all have any brothers and sisters at home and what you think about them, what's your point of view, you can do that too, okay? So you don't have to just write those 3 sentences. You can write more than that. If you want to tell me about your brothers and sisters, you can tell me what they're like. You can tell me their names. And I would love to read about it and hear about that. All right. I will see you all hopefully next week if you're in person. And if you're virtual, I'll still be making videos for you next week as well. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.